Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Farah. I am back with another video, and today we are talking about the different kind of sellers on Amazon, and the purpose of this video is to help you actually decide for yourself that what kind of seller you're aiming to be, because I find working with clients there is a certain expectation that only one or two of my products should take off and do really well, and I should be making a decent revenue from this. I should be able to quit my job or leave my current business or whatever and be able to make X amount per month. But to be able to do those things, you actually have to do a bit more work and understand the Amazon ecosystem. I'm always talking about this, that Amazon is a complex place, it's a huge marketplace. It is open to sellers from all around the world, and obviously sellers from US dominate the marketplace. The UK marketplace is the second largest Amazon marketplace in the world. So there is a lot of things going on, okay? And so you have to understand, like any product category you're going into, what's gonna happen, what's the competition like, who do you aspire to be, okay? I wouldn't say as a new seller any seller that's ahead of you is a competition. You aspire to them to reach their level of sales, their level of number of products, and to create that business that they have created by working for years. Okay, it doesn't happen in 1 year, 2 years. It takes time. It takes a flywheel of product. I have previously talked about this concept on my channel, that most of Amazon businesses are built around a flywheel of product. It's not just one product, it's multiple products that feed into the overall revenue of your business. So if you go into this business with this expectation that I have this one product, and I've worked so hard, I put all my money into it, and it's not making that much profit, I'm not doing that well, and Amazon is a scam and whatever. It doesn't work this way. Of all the products you launch, some will not do well and some will, and it will surprise you that it might even be the ones that you thought are not going to do well start doing well. So you can anyway, the point of today's video is to actually look at different types of sellers that are on Amazon, and look at their product selection, look at their revenues, and actually see that what is the makeup of these sellers. All right, there are some sellers I'm going to show you in today's video. Stay tuned right till the end, where you will see that they are making a decent amount of revenue from just one or two products. But there are sellers who are volume sellers, and they're importing from China, and they are building their private label around multiple products, and their flywheel is much bigger than those sellers who have only one or two products. And the sellers that have only one or two products, they are very new. They are just launched only 1 or 2 years ago. So this is what's happening in today's video. I hope you guys will stay throughout the video and enjoy it. Let's get into it. So guys, let's begin with the research side of things on Amazon. I've got Amazon open, and you can see the first seller is one of my favorite sellers, is KMART. Whenever I'm doing product research, they always come up in one thing or another, and so today I want to talk about this seller first. I haven't checked their ranking or anything, but I'm pretty sure they are at least in the top 100 sellers, or at least top 500 or 200 sellers, at least in the UK, because you can see, so all I did was you just go to Amazon and you just search for KMART, okay? Just type in KMART, and all the listings from this seller will come up, because Amazon uses the seller name in the product title anyway. They will come up. So that's what you see. And now you can see all the different brands listed by this seller on the site. So they list KMART. They probably meant non-branded, forgot the N in here. And then all the different types. So just by looking at this, it gives you an idea that they are probably selling a lot of healthcare supplies, and that being we're coming out of the pandemic. Actually, we're out of the pandemic now. They must have done a really good business with this. So one of the first products that's got Amazon Choice as well. It's a glove, multi-purpose gloves. It's not even a set. It's a box of 100. Okay, and for this product, their daily sales about 327 units and a £74,000 monthly sales. Now, this is the kind of product that you you have to buy a lot to make the margin, because you have to sell at such cheap prices. Okay, but if you go back and watch my I'll link them above. If you go back and watch my Amazon business videos, this kind of seller would have done really well in Amazon business side, because they have a lot of healthcare supplies here. When you look, they have, this is one of the products that I mentioned. I have linked that video above if you watch. It's the laptop riser. That was actually one of the products that is a lot of demand. Weighted hula hoops. Again, it's a product that was quite hot during the lockdown times. This seller, basically, all you look at it is they are selling the highly competitive niche products, water bottles, healthcare supplies, face masks, and things like that. Now, this is the kind of seller that is not necessarily building their own products. They are basically an importer, and they import a wholesaler, an importer, and they import a pre-made product and just put their branding on it and private label it, bring it here, and they have all of these different brands. There is again, face mask. I'm pretty sure all the a lot of Nightingale nursing supplies. Again, it's they're all basically healthcare supplies. This is what this seller has got. If you look at their main KMART brand, that you will find some weighted hula hoop. I think they have some fidget toys as well. But a lot of basically high competition products, and the only way to compete in with that kind of seller is to become that kind of seller. So they are high volume seller. They move a lot of product, and they buy it at a really low cost from China in bulk, import containers, and it's not a small quantity that they bring in. So these are the kind of sellers that top the lists on Amazon, seller lists, because that's the majority of the sellers. A lot of sellers, they just do this kind of thing. KMART is not the only one. One of the products that I came across was this as well. It's again by KMART, and if you run Jungle Scout on this, you will check. Yeah, they have 2 daily sale and 30 monthly sales. Monthly revenue is not that high, £299 per month. But it's just one of his products, and it's an FBA, and they started doing it in 2020. So he might even be just getting rid of the stock, because this kind of seller, all they care about is filling up the container, because they are working on per unit cost, and based on they need to fill up the container and bring the product, and they don't care. So that's just one of the products that he's doing, and it's if you this is a typical private label product where they have just brought this product to the market at lower price. Instead of people going to buy the big name expensive brands, they have a lower price version, private label brand version available on Amazon. And there might even be, I'm not sure, I've not checked any patent issues around this, but it's a product that this guy is selling. And so this is just one type. Now, the reason, as I explained, I wanted to do this video is a lot of these sellers dominate the Amazon, marketplace. another one of those sellers. And now this is the next level where you do import a lot of product but you do build your own brands. So here you can see this seller called DOMU UK. This seller, DOMU UK, is actually one of the top 100 sellers in the UK. I will link that list in the description box below. You can check for yourself. But when you look at the names, One Horse, One Chef, Garland, Beautify, Milo Misty, Spinningfield, Beautify, they actually have a physical store now in Spinningfield, Manchester. They basically they have come from online retail to actually now getting into physical retail themselves. So this is one kind of seller who's does massive volume. Like this is one of their top selling products, 80 daily sales, and they're doing 34,000, nearly 35 grand per month. And this product is it's pretty generic product. It's a TV bracket to wall bracket. So you can use Jungle Scout on this page too. It doesn't need to be a product, search result page. It would still work. So right now it's loading the first 16 products, and the average revenue for a SKU, an average SKU for any SKU on this page is around, according to Jungle Scout estimates, on average 30k. Okay, so on some of the products it's actually higher because it's higher price products. Their selling prices are $119.99. They're selling 40 units daily sale. I can open this in a new. It's a grass rake. Okay. So this is like one of their really top performing products, 159k just on this one unit, and it's FBM, not FBA. So you will see, like, when a seller is this big and they have this kind of product, they are doing both. They're doing FBA on products that are small. Products that are heavier and bigger, they're doing FBM, so they have their own fulfillment facility too. And I mean, these kind of products are easily available on Alibaba, but you could imagine, like, these guys are not importing through Alibaba. They actually go fill up the containers and bring in the product themselves. When you look at the amount of units they're moving, we can sort this by highest lowest. This is their bestseller. The next one is the leaf blower, and then it's all different brands. So when you compare this to KMART, it's a different ball game. This seller, KMART, is doing a lot of small and light products. Like if I was to run Jungle Scout here, it can run on multiple screens. That's the benefit of this. We'll see the average revenue for this seller for any SKU that's loading up here is around 17k. 1,600 units daily monthly sale this seller is selling. I'll just give you a couple of seconds to load up. Okay, so it's loaded up. Let's just sort this by highest to lowest. So when it just started loading up, we saw, like, there were some products, for example, this fidget set at $9.99. He's only selling 6 in a month. Not a fast seller. This was like a hot product a year or two ago, and now they're just probably clearing out the stock that they have, liquidating it. They have now, if we organize this by highest monthly revenue, the hula hoop is the highest monthly revenue seller for them. Now, this is one of the products that I did recommend. I remember doing a video on this, but they started doing this in February 2021. That's when it first became available. You can actually go click on monthly sales, and you can see, click on last 2 years. The data is around here, so at this point it's about 7,000 monthly units. Yeah, so it's units sold. So 10,478 units sold. That's huge numbers. So this product is their bestseller, then it's the 100 glove set box. And then again, he's got multiple listings of this. On this listing, they're doing, it's a newer version. They've just introduced in 2022, last year. And there's like 37 of those units. So the older your listing is, the better it performs because it ranks and has higher reviews and things like that. So again, he's got replacement knots for this product as well, because that is one of his best-selling products. So on average, his top selling products are these FBA, pretty much all FBA. So this is the, oh, couple are in FBM as well. So definitely a mixture when we are talking about this volume of sellers who are big sellers, and they are in this for the long run. And another thing you'll notice, it's not one product sellers. They're not one product brands. They have multiple brands and they have multiple products feeding the revenue of their business. Their sales are not just coming from one. Yes, they might have one best performing SKU, but that's not where all of their sales are coming from. Again, we are back to the DOMU UK, and we looked at this, that this listing was very, very old. I think it's a 2011 listing. It's like more than 10 years old, this listing, and still they are making 34k per month from this listing in FBA. And so this seller is a mix of both. Now, if you were to do any of these products, you would be really you would struggle, because first of all, you won't be able to purchase this kind of volume. Okay. If you were to purchase a similar kind of volume, you could wait till you get at least, this person has at 22,000 reviews. Very hard to compete with. You might get a share of this, but not really. But these are the kind of sellers that do big volume, big numbers, and that's just how they roll. By the way, guys, if you want to use Jungle Scout, there is a link in the description below. You can just get yourself signed up for a 3-month subscription or a 1-year subscription, whichever one you choose. And especially when you are in your early stages of product research, it might be a better, offer for you to get a year's worth of subscription and just take your time and not rush things. If you're on a budget, you can also get the 3-month subscription. The link for this would be in the description below. So when you look at the products like fidget toys or healthcare supplies, or even the laptop riser that I mentioned, all of these products have really big sellers behind them who have profits from their other products, supporting their business, so they can last a lot longer than you. And so you have to go into, whenever you are choosing to do a product that you're importing from China, you have to have this in your mind, that I either need to make a very compelling offer. That means either compete on price or the package that I'm selling, or I have to build it in a way where my product is different offer or is providing more value. Somehow I need to compete with that level of a seller. Okay. And so it takes time to build that thing. All right. So when you look at any products that are of those types, you have to prepare for getting into that market differently. Now we'll jump back to the screen and I'll show you a medium-sized Amazon business and how they operate, and that's where I kind of place my business. We are in 7 figures, but we are kind of hovering between a volume sale and trying to manage the business within our resources. So let's go to my screen and let's look at that. Let's go back to this. Now this is a different kind of seller. Now this is a seller, it's actually closer to the kind of business we do, I do myself. They might just still be doing the same kind of private label from importing products from China, from Alibaba, or directly, and just it's private label and just put your branding on it. Okay, so they are not products that they necessarily like did innovation for or developed themselves. They are pre-made products, and you just get your branding on it, and then it's your brand. And that's the kind of seller this is. Now, if you look at roughly the Girlzone products here, the monthly revenue, I will use good old Jungle Scout again here just to make sense of things. So let's just sort this by highest monthly revenue. Yeah, I think 7,155. That is their bestseller, the egg. Now it's an egg with 39 pieces of small products inside, and it's an egg shape. The price is $26.90, and they have 266 monthly sale. This product became available in 2020, and FBA, despite the size, this net fees is about £6.30, and it's one of their you can say expensive products. Like if you compare it to the hair chalk, it's the FBA fees is a lot less, £2.56. But this is like their most popular product, an egg mermaid sparkle slime making kit. But when you look at this, their average revenue is actually quite lower compared to the other sellers that we just looked at, the high volume sellers. These are the mid-range sellers. I sell in the fashion category, and this is the kind of numbers that we are doing as well on our top selling product lines. Okay, this is not the full monthly revenue. It's basically an average of the monthly revenue of all these SKUs that are on page 16. The first page of the seller and the first 16 products average. That's what it is. So selling 152 units. So you can see that like the difference between this seller and the previous sellers is huge. They are medium-sized businesses, small and medium-sized businesses, and they are also selling on Amazon. And this seller is mainly in toys and games and stationery. Maybe they have one beauty product, but they are not doing that amazing with that. Or 804 units, pounds per just 3 daily sales. So again, it proves the point that it's not just coming from one product or two products. It's actually coming from multiple products, and it's a flywheel, okay, that feeds the revenue of your business. Let's look at another one of my favorite sellers, Fringo backpacks. This used to be my business a couple of years ago. We were really deep in this category. Probably were category leaders at that time. And then we just kind of stopped doing this because of lack of investment. We didn't want to use our own money to create these products anymore. But it's a brand close to my heart. This brand is doing really well. So this is again the kind of product that you can easily get from Alibaba. There's a lot of design work that's gone into this product, not in the design of the product itself, but the patterns that are on it. And it's a point of differentiation, okay? If you, again, this is, let's just look at their 125 average unit sales. They did really well in the July last year, 747, their monthly sales, but it's back to school season, okay? From July to August is a back to school season. That's where this brand would be doing really, really well. But again, this is like one of those, sorry, let's go back to this. It's a really close to, like, it's very inspirational, this brand. They have a lot of different kind of products, not all of the search results here are from Fringo, because other brands are also bidding on their branded keyword. So they're coming up here too. As you can see, this is actually their video ad. So this brand as well, like if you use Jungle Scout on here, you'll see that their average monthly revenue is about £2,710. Again, you have to remember that at this point in time, in April, is not their peak season. They are heading towards it. So right now, their bestseller is a water bottle and a lunchbox. They are doing 11 daily sales and 342 monthly sales. Now, if we were to look at the monthly sales of, let's say, this lunch bag, you would see definitely the peak in, again, back to school season, where they were selling nearly like 1,000 units. In September, they moved. And before that, 945, and in July, 452. Before that, they are not in. So right now, it's not their peak season, and they are doing really well. With this kind of medium-sized seller, you have to remember that these products, they are kind of high cost. A backpack would cost you about £4 to £5 to buy from China per unit. A lunchbox might be somewhere similar range, because there's a lot of padding, zips, a lot going on, and plus it's a custom print. That is the strength of this brand. It's a custom print. They are doing their own prints. They are not generic prints. Some of them might even be, but you can see that they are catering to both boys, primary school age boys and girls. So really good job with this seller as well. I really love their products too. So another big, I would call them a big business, and they're doing really well in fashion, selling high quality product. This is actually a Chinese seller, Orolei. Okay, Orolei is actually famous for this particular jacket. You can see is 25,000 reviews, and the price of this product is £150. It's the Amazon code. You can go search on it on Google. The Amazon code, they did a lot of PR for just this product alone. And this is known as the Amazon coat. It's not by Amazon, it's a Chinese seller, and they sell in fashion. But you might not be able to see a lot of revenue numbers here, because Jungle Scout doesn't show revenue numbers for fashion category for some reason. It's blocked. But it's one of the brands that are, it's a full-scale brand. It's not one product brand. Okay, you can see there's multiple products. And it's another, it's definitely not a small business. I think it's a business at a scale of KMART. If you're enjoying this video so far, give it a like so it will help in the algorithm and show it to more people. And also give a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, what kind of business you aspire to build on Amazon. What are you thinking? Let's chat. Now let's move to the third type of seller on Amazon, which is kind of the new seller, which are producing a high or decent amount of volume and sales from one or two SKUs. Now I wanted to show you this particularly because that's where you can aspire to be in the next 2 to 3 years. Okay, and it can happen, and it really depends what kind of product you choose and what kind of budget you have and which category you aim for. So the category I'm going to show you guys, it's up and coming. It is restricted, but it has a lot of potential. So let's jump to my screen now and let's take a look at that now. Now we're moving towards the type of seller that is selling just a handful of products, just one or two. You can see there's a small business tag here, and that's how Amazon has started doing this. It's something that they've inspired and borrowed from Etsy, highlighting small businesses on Amazon. If customers want to purchase from a small seller, small business, it's their choice, but it's starting to show on Amazon now. But this brand, Keto Collective, is in grocery. Okay, now this is an up and coming category, and it requires a lot of work for you to be able to actually start a listing or building your private label on it. But Keto Collective is not a household name. It's not Nestle. It's not, it's not a famous brand. It's a private label brand. And they've built this off the back of the demand for keto snacks. Okay, and if you go watch this video, I will link it in the description box below as well and in the cards above. If you watch that video, it's about the pet brand Zesty Paws and the same founder's next brand, High Key Snacks. it's inspired something similar. But this seller just started in 2020. This product became actually available in 2022, just in December 2022. So very, very new, and they're doing 24 daily sales and 720 monthly sales, about £11,000 monthly revenue. Not bad for a product that just started selling 3-4 months ago. And this product they introduced in 2020, and they're doing about 21 daily sales on this. So this is keto bars, and these are keto cookies. So both FBA products for sure. If we look at just run Jungle Scout here, you can see this, the average revenue for both combined average is high, the 12K. Now this seller, compared to what Girlzone is doing, or when we looked at their average revenue, it was £3,000 revenue, £3,000 revenue of several products. Okay, lots of different products. This is the average revenue of just 16 products. And when you look at the Keto Collective, it's just of 2 products, and their average revenue is much higher. They are only, it's most likely made in the UK, this product, and both FBA. One is actually, the older product is listed in healthcare and personal, because it's very hard to get your brand approved in grocery, especially your own brand, private label brand. So the seller probably just started selling in health and personal care, and it's a diet bar. But cookie is definitely a grocery item, and they had to list under there and get their brand approved. But it's an example of a seller that's running their business, their small business, of just very few SKUs, just less than 5, just 2 SKUs. Another example is this Super Foodio peanut butter buttons. This is actually, again, a grocery product introduced just last year. And you can see that they have quite a lot of reviews. So that's a good sign in the last 6-7 months or so. So if you wanted to actually go through with selling groceries or starting up your private label, there is a really good article. I will link this down in the description box below. Sell Groceries on Amazon by Jungle Scout. It has a lot of detail, and it's pretty up to date. It's from 2021. So go do take a look and go through this. It has all the details on how to get your self-approved as a seller to sell in the grocery category. But it's, again, not the type of product that you can easily get from Alibaba, or it will have, for you to get approved, you'll have to jump through quite a few hoops. But again, it's an up-and-coming category where you can see there's a lot of brands who are doing really well, even in against big brands. They are getting decent sales. So there is definitely potential there for new sellers. But it requires you to do quite a lot of groundwork, which you shouldn't be scared of. Anyway, if you want to, again, use Jungle Scout, there is a discount link in the description below. I will leave it there. You definitely need a product research software to do research on these sellers and products, and make up your mind what kind of Amazon business you are actually looking to set up. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video and all the analysis that I've done for you. I enjoyed doing this research myself and looking at all these sellers. It's very inspirational, and I myself find my own business in sort of the middle of the really big high volume sellers and the beginner sellers who are on 1 or 2 SKUs. But again, business is, it grows, it slows, it's all part of the journey. If you plan on doing this long term and you want this to be your future, I'm happy to help you and help you start your business on Amazon. You can email me at hello@farahfinds.com to inquire, and let's talk. And that's all for today's video. I will see you guys next time. Bye.